Hey, what's going on? Today we're going to be talking about the sidecar that T.Rex came out with. It's the second one, second gen, and I never had the pleasure of testing out or using the first generation, but the second gen seemed like it was a good fit for me. Primarily, I would use kind of universal holsters, and I got away from that because they weren't really fitted correctly with the gun. And then I moved into leather holsters, and then I have a few Kydex ones as well. And what I noticed was a lack of mobility in the abdominal region. You know, when you're appendix carrying, it really pinches you on your stomach, sometimes in your legs, depending on your size, right? So I'm not a really big dude. I'm not small either. I'm like the perfect medium or average, you know, male size. And really, I was impressed by what Lucas and the guys over there had created. And so what I did was I went and got myself a new SIG to go with the holster, because that's the kind of person I am. And I went with the option of having the extra mag. You can do tourniquets, you can do M4 mags or AR mags, and I think they do specialties too, where you could contact them and they'll make you special things to connect on there. Overall, the fit and finish looks really well done. I've ordered quite a few Kydex. I know people that make Kydex from home as well, and you can really see not only did they shape it nicely, but they even went through and retrimmed around it, so it's really not sharp on the sweat guard. Okay, it's medium sweat guard on there. Don't really sweat there, so it's not an issue. But so far, I like it. I'll include a video of me doing a few draws with it. Nothing crazy, nothing high speed, just so you can see. But it's comfortable and I enjoy it. It's got a slight 45-degree with pistol mag, and it flexes. So when you're sitting down, when you're moving, this nice hinge in there, it works nicely. They have a few, it's a steel rod, I believe, and then there's a few rubber bushings and plastic to mesh it together. They include some extra clips, so if they break, and then they have the raptor claw, which is supposed to keep it against your waist when you're drawing. The only thing that I noticed is when I am putting it in, okay, so when I'm sliding it in my belt, you can either clip it on your belt or you can clip it under. For this purpose, I'll just go under my belt. Okay, and as I'm going in, normally this raptor claw right here, it'll grab on my pants. So you just have to pull it out, slide it in, okay? Pistol, mag, good. And it fits nice. So the only issue that I really have, okay, and I'll give it to them. They've done a really good job, and everyone has this back and forth between military and civilian and contractors, which I think contractors are often forgot about, but I think they're a third category in the argument. But the problem isn't the gun, okay? The problem isn't the stippling on there rubbing your stomach, and if it does, you can always put on an undershirt or a tank top. The problem isn't the magazine. Okay, I've had some SIG mags, I've had other mags that sometimes are a little rough around the edge, and you can sand them with a hydrant and kind of wear them down. The issue is right here. So on the clips, when you're wearing them, because of my size and my stature, when I'm sitting there and my legs are spread apart, these little guys at the bottom of the clips, they dig in my thighs. So I've gone through a few different courses of actions. One of them was to move these. So I moved them, and I think I'm on day number 5 for a week of testing it out. I moved the clips up. They were one spot down, and I moved them up. So the gun's a little bit lower. That's why it's going to be a little bit harder and slower of a draw, but I'm just testing it out to see, because I don't want to cut the plastic of the clips before I test out to see if it works, right? I did like it how it came factory, which is the clips are down one more eye. Not down, excuse me. So these screws, they're up one more from the bottom. So it's the second right now on both of them. So it'd be the third and then the fifth. I liked it more like that, but these guys drop down lower, so they're digging in my thighs. Most people on long road trips, do they wear concealed carry holster appendix most of the time? No, it's not comfortable. You can put them in those gun holders that are magnetic underneath the steering wheel. You can wedge them between your seat, put them in your console, put them in your go bag or your glove box, what have you. So I typically take it out if I'm going anywhere outside of like an hour of home, and keep it somewhere. But if you're driving around town, getting in and out of your vehicle or sitting, so I sat with this on for 12 or 13 hours 3 or 4 days ago, and it gave me bruises because of how these are poking into me. So options are raising it back to where these were. Okay, so these clips would come down and the holster itself would come up higher, which makes it better for drawing. But then also what I'm thinking about is dremeling this piece off. And I didn't see anything in the directions from T.Rex about it, but I'm sure with this being new, they're still kind of waiting for feedback. So just cutting off like the bottom or 2 eyes on there. And then they have a paste at Home Depot and Lowe's where it's rubberized, kind of like rubber cement, but it's rubber. And so you can coat wires with it. And typically what you do with overlanding vehicles is if you're going to go through a river or anything like that, and you had a snorkel and everything, you could seal different electrical component boxes like your ECU and all that with this rubberized paint. And so what I'm thinking is maybe coating the bottom of the holster of the Kydex, and then also when I'm done dremeling these bottom of the clips, put a little bit on there. And it won't be excessive. It'll be, you know, 1/4 inch, but it'll be nice padding to try and resolve that issue of the pressure point. Other than that, I didn't see any issues. I don't have any issues. I still wear it even though it gets uncomfortable, but you know, I'm testing it out and my body's different than yours. But I like what T.Rex is about, and I at the current time, you know, of today, I support their business and what they do. So I decided, you know, I could buy from all these other people, Safariland and all that. But I'm gonna try T.Rex out. Last thing is a color. A lot of people are like, why would you go with black, not red, or you know, pink on the inside, or you know, cool camo woodland? Well, the reason is because it's black, and when I have it and I'm wearing it in the appendix carry, let's say my shirt accidentally comes up, this is going to be a more neutral color, right? And so it's going to match my clothing, and as opposed to something bright or brilliant or a fun design, it's going to catch someone's eye. So for me, it's just to not be as overexposed or loud, if you will, right? You don't get the car that's bright yellow. You get the car that's, you know, neutral, black, white, gray. so that way you could fit in a little bit more. But I highly recommend it. This is not paid. I'm just an average guy giving my thoughts. And I would give it I'd give it like a 94%. 94. Okay, so A minus, I believe, is a grading. All right, go check them out, TRexArms.com, and get yourself one of these. All right.